Yeah, Roots. Mate, how hard is that result to take after the way in which you played and pretty much dominated in the first half?
Yeah, really disappointing. Like you mentioned, we should have been at least a couple up at half time. Yeah, away from home, the opposition had 2 extra days on us, so it was a quick turnaround for us, travelling from Melbourne and all the way to Newcastle. I thought they were fantastic in the first half, but you don't take your chances and you apply pressure on yourself, and that's what we just don't do at the moment. We don't apply enough scoreboard pressure on the opposition, and it changes habits and behaviours with the opponent, and it lifts your own team's morale. And then again, I thought we started brightly in the second half, but we gave away probably their best chance, and then we concede and we go down 1-0 away from home, and they kept pushing, they kept fighting, we kept going for it, but really disappointed about the result. Really disappointed.
Is it a big issue at the moment just finding someone who can finish with some regularity for you and maybe conjure up something out of nothing or put away those chances you are creating?
100%, 100%. It's tough enough to come in middle of a season and assess everything at the club, in particular your players and who can and who can't do the things that you want them to do. I think you've seen a change in playing style, and even their behaviours have changed as well. There's more fight about us, but it is frustrating because you can see just how many players are changed in that second half in the front line, and you ask them to make a difference, and a lot of academy players were given a chance as well, and they tried, but there is a gap there. It's a big club, a proud club, and I know exactly what needs to be done moving forward, because the fans don't deserve it. It used to be a really proud club full of fans, full of with the stadiums full and everything else, and they don't deserve it. The people running the club don't deserve it. But I've said this before. I don't care about names. Either ship up or shape out. It's as simple as that. I'm not going to take anyone who's just going to go through the motions and just pick up a paycheck, because I'm not about that. I made a promise when I came here, and I'm going to uphold that promise, and there'll be changes going forward as well. So you get the opportunity, you take it, and you move forward.
Is there anyone you think is doing that at the moment? Sorry, he's
No.
going through the motions a bit.
No, I'm not going to name names. I don't do that. I'll be very clear when I came to the club that names don't bother me. It's purely about performance and coming in with the right attitude and having a bit of pride in yourself, and having a bit of pride in this football club, because it's a very proud football club. Like I said, I've mentioned the fans, they're very proud, and they've got nothing to cheer about, and they haven't for a while now. And I've said this before for myself, it's personal. Being a guy from the area, I understand what they're about, and I'll do everything in my power to make sure that I turn things around.
Roots, Joey here. When you say you know exactly what you need to do,
Yeah, I'm not going to go, because it's not for me to tell or speak about. That's an internal discussion that I'm going to have with the bosses.
Fair enough. And on the subject of finding goals, then, Roots, obviously you don't have a window to bring anybody in. So what can you do? Is it just a matter of on the training track working on movement patterns and figuring it out? Is it backing your players? What can you do?
Yeah, all of that. We just keep working. And like I said, I'd be more unhappy if we weren't creating those chances. We've been creating some really, great chances. And that's what keeps me positive. And that's why I'll continue to be positive amongst the playing group as well. And we played a lot of good football tonight. Some really good stuff. Again, away from home against a team that's a lot more fresh than us. We shouldn't have, in reality, performed the way we did in the first half. When you look at all those situations that I spoke about, but Rami, Kenji, these guys are getting to great positions. And like I said, we just keep working at it. And we can't drop our heads, and that's one thing that I've seen. I've seen behaviours here where if things don't go their way, they drop their heads, they drop their shape. They haven't done that, but you just got to keep keep going, and you've got to stay positive with them. And like I said, it'd be a lot more disappointed if we weren't creating those big chances. I thought the goal that they called for offside, I'm not sure if you guys can tell me. Did you see a replay of that? Because we saw the replay of it on the bench and it looked onside to me, but they were very quick to put the flag up and wasn't even looked at again. So particularly after what happened last night. So I was a little bit disappointed with that because we actually did put the ball in the back of the net and on our TV screen in front of us, it looked onside to us.
And it's just on Keanu Bacchus. He's played, he's kept playing afterwards, but that looked like he copped a very serious gash on the back of his head. How's he?
He's okay. He's a warrior. He's a trooper. Obviously it's a very serious situation. The knock to the head, and we take that very seriously, but there were no signs at all. Probably lucky it was the back of the head, not the front of the head or the side of the head or the temple or things like that. But he's okay. We assessed him at half-time and he wanted to keep fighting on.
Do you have any other injury concerns coming out of this one, or fitness concerns?
Yeah. I think James Trewisi will have a scan tomorrow, and he makes it more difficult. Two of your better players, Rodwell and James Trewisi, are missing football games. When you need those types, particularly when you're in the situation you're in, it just makes it a little bit harder. But it gives an opportunity for somebody else to step up.
You expecting anyone back for the Phoenix game on the weekend?
No. From what you saw today, that's and we've got a couple of boys back at home, been organising a lot of games to ensure that they get their match minutes and they keep themselves ticking over and topping up as well. So when they're called upon, they're ready, and we'll continue to do that.